everyone, I hope you're okay. Welcome to Tarot of Dreams. I thought I would jump on today and do a quick mind, body and spirit reading. Now this is a 5-card reading where we look at your mind, your body and your spirit, your internal influences and your external influences, just to kind of see where your energy is at this moment in time, to see if your mind, your body and spirit are balanced, if there is anything that you can do to make that balance come in quicker for you, or if there's anything that you kind of just need to clear out or kind of work on more. So yeah, so obviously this is a general reading. It won't resonate for everybody. Please only take what resonates, because trying to make a reading resonate is just going to cause you unnecessary stress and anxiety, and we don't want that. Okay, so we're going to pull 5 cards from the tarot, and then we will pull a couple of oracle cards on top of that, just to kind of see if there is any more information that Spirit wants to give us. Okay, so Spirit, can I first have a card for the mind, please? So we have the 2 of discs for the mind and 1 for the body. We have the 9 of swords for the body and 1 for the spirit, please, Spirit. Perfect. And we have strength. Okay. Then we want 1 for internal influences, please. Sorry, just bear with me a second. Let's just see which one we want for that one. You want that one? Okay. We have the Ace of Discs and 1 for external influences, please. We have the 10 of Swords. On the bottom of the deck we have the 2 of Swords, and in the centre of the deck we have the Emperor. Perfect. Okay, so in your mind at the moment, some of you may be feeling that you're in need of change. That two of discs coming in for change. But with your body and your spirit both in the 9 of Swords and strength, I feel that this is a change that you're not really sure how you're going to achieve. So your mind is knowingly kind of letting you know that there are changes that need to be made. Maybe there are blockages in that you can actually now physically see, or there's just some changes in your circumstances that you kind of want to bring in for you, but it's causing you some stress and anxiety, especially with the 9 of Swords in the body. Now when I say body, for me your body means your emotional health, but it can also obviously manifest into physical health, which is anxiety. It can be sleepless nights. It can be not sleep, like obviously not sleeping or wanting to sleep all the time, being really tired. Because sometimes when we are feeling overwhelmed, or we're letting kind of fear kind of take the reins, so to speak, then sometimes we can find that this actually kind of comes out into physical symptoms. So these changes that you're wanting to make for yourself are feeling quite a very heavy burden sort of thing, and there is definitely fear there. So maybe there is fear of the change. You know that the change needs to happen, but you're actually fearing that change. You're actually fearing that change, or making those decisions to bring in that change that you need to do. But what your spirit is trying to say to you is have the strength and have the courage to be able to take these steps forward and move forward with a purpose that is better for you, that gives you more openings and opportunities to come in towards you, and remove the blockages that you may be feeling that you're facing right now. So your spirit is kind of giving you that confidence and giving you that boost to know that you have the ability to be able to make the changes that you need to make, and be strong enough to kind of go through it and actually see it through, sort of thing. Because with the internal influences, with the Ace of Discs, this is about you wanting to bring wealth in towards you. This is about, again, it's an ace, new starts, new beginnings. But this is about you wanting to bring in wealth towards you. Now, that can mean in the physical sense, but it can also mean in the actual emotional and spiritual sense. So for me, what that wealth means in the spiritual sense is that you want a wealthier life. You want a peaceful, happier, more progressive life. You want to be able to go down the avenues and the way that, like the paths that you want to go down. These are the things that kind of Spirit is showing to me, that these are the things that you want to do. But the only way that we can achieve those things is if we remove the fear that we have with the Nine of Swords, emotionally removing that fear. Now, with the external influences, with the Ten of Swords, I feel like you're probably dealing with something or someone's energy that has actually maybe kind of felt like a betrayal. It's felt like a slight on you. Maybe there is something to do with the fact that you've had to move away from this energy. It could have been a job, it could have been a relationship, it could even be a friendship, but something that has basically made you feel less than you actually are, has basically caused this catalyst. And this is kind of where this energy has come from, and this is also where this energy of change is coming from that, because you've obviously known that ten of Swords, which is despair, has come in towards you, and then you've had to make these changes, and obviously those changes are now causing you a little bit of stress. But to know that you have decisions to be made, so you have to make a decision, you have to stick to that decision. I love the Two of Swords. It's a very precise decision. When we make a decision with the Two of Swords, we actually make sure that we cut the other avenue off, so we are definitely 100% confident in the decision that we made. It's about taking that blindfold off. It's about seeing things for what they really are. It's about moving with purpose, but also sticking to your goals and sticking to your ideals, which is really important, because we have that Emperor energy, which is that divine masculine energy, which is that strong energy of, he doesn't take any messing. He sets forward, he sets his goals, and he moves forward with determination and confidence. So this is the kind of energy that we want you to step into. This is that Emperor energy of knowing that the decisions that you make are yours, and that you have made them for your betterment and made them for your path and your soul journey, and to basically clear out the energy that is around you right now. So how we balance this, how do we balance this energy? We make the changes, we make a list of the changes that we need to make. We look at those changes with a clear kind of head, sort of logical sense, I suppose, because obviously the mind is logical. So we also look at that as a logical, but we also look about the emotional side of that as well. So how do we deal with that? How do we deal with that emotional side? Well, you look at the choices that you're going to make, and you sit with those decisions and you play it out and how that would make you feel. So say you're leaving your job. So say you've had this despair through your job. Say it's a job situation. You've had that Ten of Swords. You've had that somebody that's coming and kind of basically mess things up for you in a way. So how do we deal with that? How do we move away from that energy? So you sit and you see what your choices are. How do those choices make you feel? So obviously the obvious one would be going for a new job, getting a new position, getting a new place. You have the confidence to be able to do that because you're probably skilled in what you do already. But why is that making you so afraid? What is it that's causing you those fears? But also knowing that when we do make changes, we actually bring in new opportunities and new wealth towards us. So making a pros and cons list, I know that sounds really silly, doesn't it? But making a pros and cons list does really help, because it also helps us deal with what we are afraid of and what we're fearing right now. So whatever situation, if this is resonating for you, obviously, please only take if resonates. If this is resonating with you, how do we deal with those fears, those emotional fears that you're dealing with right now? And the best way to do with that is sit with that energy and see what it is that's causing you to have that fear. Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of change? Is it fear of letting go? And once you kind of get to that idea of what it is that's causing you that fear, then you can kind of see how you can deal with that. So what we're going to do is I'm going to pull some oracle cards and see what happens when we can let go and we can balance this kind of energy out. So you make the changes that you need to make. You make those decisions and you stick to your decisions and you step into that beautiful Emperor energy. Okay, so we're going to have a look and see what's kind of coming in. We have abundance. Beautiful. So yes, once you make these changes, that abundance can come in towards you. You can then open yourself up to new opportunities and new adventure. You can open yourself up to new experiences as well. You know, so making sure that you don't let fear hold you back, because that's fear's job. That's what fear wants to do. It wants to hold you back. It doesn't want you to move forward. It wants you to stay put in that kind of energy that you're in right now. So once we can release that energy, then you're stepping into a more abundant energy for yourself. And you will feel more abundant within yourself as well. We've got manifest. So yeah, it's time to start manifesting what it is that you're wanting, which is beautiful with that change card, because when we make changes, we actually think about what it is that we're wanting for ourselves. So we start to manifest those. So that's really important. So manifesting what it is that you want and being really precise about it, being really precise about what you're wanting to bring in towards you is so essential. Not a lot of people do that enough, that, you know, they just say, oh, I want a new relationship. What kind of relationship do you want? What do you want this person's attitude and energy to feel like? How do you want them to be, and how do you want them to come in towards you? And then once you've started manifesting, it's believing that you already have it in your life and knowing that you are worthy of that. And that's really, really important. Then we have healing, which is amethyst. So yes, there is definitely healing going on here, or there's definitely going to be healing, especially with that Nine of Swords energy in your emotional well-being. I really, in the body, especially in the body kind of category, you're definitely going to need to do some healing. So be kind to yourself, you know, don't overdo it. Don't think that just because it doesn't work straight away doesn't mean that it's a disaster, doesn't mean it's not going to work. You know, be kind to yourself. Take slow steps. I'm not saying that you have to do this like right now. What we're doing is we're trying to balance this out. We're trying to make you aware of the changes that you need to make to bring in towards you. So yeah, so be kind to yourself. That healing energy, self-care is so important right now. So do make sure that you're doing that too, you know, so, and take it one step at a time. And we have sunshine, which is that sun card. It's that beautiful energy of happiness, joy, peace, serenity. Being free, being childlike sometimes, you know, having laughter and joy and love in your life. It's about bringing the sunshine towards you and not expecting the sunshine, you know, yeah, to obviously go towards the sunshine, sorry, and not expect the sunshine to come towards you. We sometimes have to make things happen for us. We sometimes have to make opportunities come towards us, but we have to move towards them to make those opportunities come in. And I pulled the top card, and we've got justice in reverse. So at the moment, justice isn't being served. It might not be coming in for you just yet, but that's not to say that it isn't going to. Karma will get round to doing what she needs to do, especially if this has been with another energy of if it's been like a deceitful energy and that defeat energy. But at the moment, what you have to concentrate on, and that's what kind of what the message is that Spirit's giving to me, is that you don't have to concentrate on that other energy. What you have to do is concentrate on your energy and what's next for you, and how can you make and bring in that wealth that you're wanting to bring in for yourself, because it's in your internal influences. But how do you bring that wealth in, and how do you bring that sunshine in towards you? Always trust your intuition, and you will, if you do hear my readings, you will hear these constantly. Always trust your intuition, always trust your gut. If your gut is telling you to do something, then 9 times out of 10 it's pretty much do it, because the universe is on your side. Okay, well, I hope that helps somebody. I know it's a short reading, but I hope that helps somebody. If you like my reading, then please like this video and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me. But yes, I hope you all have a beautiful day. Blessings to you all, and I will speak to you all again soon, guys. Bye bye.